Good evening, Your Honor. My name is Jeff Cohen, and I'm the owner of the legendary Horseshoe Tavern on the corner of Queen and Spadina. A flashpoint during the G20 summit, not once, but twice. I want to mention that I personally was not a protester on that weekend, and my business stayed open most of the afternoon, Saturday and Sunday, into the evening until the police shut us down. Not taking any sides. Our place was open to protesters and police officers equally. We served anybody and allowed our bathrooms to be used by anybody. In fact, a couple of weeks after, we've had a couple of protesters come by and actually thank us for just being hospitable to them. But I do want to mention we've yet to receive either a letter of congratulations or a note of thanks from anybody associated with the police department in Toronto in any way, or the police services boards, even though on Sunday night, about 100 police officers used our bar for about 2 hours to just rest up, get water, and have a bathroom break. I actually want to start by actually offering a compliment to Toronto Police Services and Bill Blair and my BIA and my local councillor, Adam Vaughan, for actually disseminating incredible information a month to a month and a half before the G20 weekend. It was incredible. We were given all sorts of information as to where a security fence would be erected, which originally was going to be right across the street from me on Queen Street. A couple of weeks later, we were told it would be moved south to Wellington, so we could have discussions with our management, my co-owners, and my staff about whether to open or not during the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The information was incredible. Similarly, we were also given the parade route of the protest on Saturday, which, by the way, if you look at any of that information, and I hope you do, was supposed to go down University Street, turn right going up Queen Street, and then continue up Spadina to Queen's Park. I mention that because my purpose for being here today really is to ask one question. Why Queen and Spadina? Nobody seems to be answering this question. I can't find it in the media. Anybody I've talked to, my BIA, my counselor, I managed to talk to the mayor, anybody like that. Nobody seems to be able to answer me. Why did the police stop the Saturday protest at a busy intersection like Queen and Spadina and not at Queen's Park? I'm hoping in your review you can ask that question, because I think it's a very important question. First of all, Your Honor, I don't know if you often go out to downtown Toronto on a Saturday afternoon, but I can't think of a busier intersection on a Saturday afternoon than Queen and Spadina. Maybe the Eaton Centre. It's just packed with all sorts of people shopping, eating. So why would, in the middle of a protest, why would you pick a busy intersection like that with major retail to stop a protest? Secondly, I don't know if you're familiar with that intersection, but there's 2 major banks and a McDonald's on 3 of the 4 corners. Obviously, if you're familiar with some of the views of some of the people that were in that protest, that would be I'm sorry, it would be a dumb corner to stop a protest at. I mean, you could do it at Queen's Park. There's no major banks. There's no major retail with glass windows. There's nothing to harm, maybe a statue, maybe a plot of grass, but no major retail. Don't have a ton of people at Queen's Park on a Saturday afternoon, and there's not a major restaurant, fast food restaurant like McDonald's or 2 banks on that corner. That's really the question that I'm posing that I hope will get answered. Not just once, but why did the police also create a flashpoint on the corner of Queen and Spadina at 6 p.m. on Sunday? The same reason, again, those bicyclists were just continuing on to wherever they were going, whether it was Queen's Park or further down Queen Street towards Ossington or Dovercourt. Why again on the corner of Queen and Spadina? Who picked the corner of Queen and Spadina? Was it our alderman, our councillor? Was it the mayor? Was it the police chief? Was it higher up in the PMO? It's a question I just keep asking myself. And finally enough, I just want to tell a little bit of a funny story about breaking glass windows in the city of Toronto. Being on a major intersection and often open till 2:30 in the morning, you can imagine over the last 25 years ago, every once in a while, a young kid that's had too much to drink has kicked in one of our windows at the front of our business. In fact, a couple of years ago, it happened 4 times in the span of 3 weeks. First time we just fixed it, $300. Second time, we actually called the police. An officer came by, and we have a great relationship with local police in our division. And they said, look, you know, it's a misdemeanor. It's not really a big deal. You know, he really wanted me to follow up on this. And I went, you know what? Don't worry about it. 350 bucks. We'll fix it. By the fourth time, I got really upset. And I went to my manager. I said, the next time someone kicks in our front window, I want our security to tackle the perpetrator. And I want the police, I want to do a house arrest, and I want the police call, because I'm tired of spending this $350, $300 to fix it. So this happened a couple of weeks later. We caught the perpetrator. The police officer came down. He was really cool. He said, look, it's a misdemeanor. I don't really want to fill out paperwork. If I get the guy to write a check to you, I promise to bring it in the next week. Will you just say bygone is bygone? And I said, fine. And we got the check. The point being is that if a kid breaks a window at the corner of Queen and Spadina, it's a misdemeanor. I didn't decide that. My local police force decided it. If someone dresses up in a hooded black veil and breaks a window on Yonge Street, it's a misdemeanor. It's a $300 fine. It doesn't require any jail time. There's no reason to use a couple of broken windows in the city to suddenly have the biggest mass arrest in the history of Canada.
Thank you very much, Mr. Cohen.